Hi, Lisbeth.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, well, thank you for the good work you're doing.
Thank you, and the same to you.
Yeah, the end of fear.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's
Yeah.
end this year. It would be great. I think people are very anxious about Trump as a president because he's so mad, he's so angry, and he teases people around him from other countries who's also mad. And I think they are afraid of a big
Yeah, that it's almost like he'll say impulsively or do something impulsively that will start a war and the end of life as we understand it on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he, people do, they really fear it.
Yeah.
And, is it the planet they're worried about, or other people are they worried about, or are they worried about themselves, or themselves and all those other things, rolled into one? So, a judgment like Trump will start. Trump is the end of the world, will cause the end of the world. Okay. And so the first question would be, is it true that he's going to cause the end of the world? And the second question, can you absolutely know that it's true that he's going to cause the end of the world? And then just to kind of, as you and I know, we just kind of meditate on that for a while and just notice. And then we move to question 3. There are only 4. Excuse me. How do you react? What happens when you believe this thought that he will, or this thought crosses your mind and you attach to it, that he will cause the end of the world? And then to meditate on that. So what do you see?
It gets so scary. It feels scary and anxious, and I see all the bad things around it, and hear and read all anxious stuff in the newspapers.
Yeah.
So I'm very focused on that when I'm scared.
So you think the thought Trump will cause the end of the world. What happens is we see these images in our head of past and future. Trump will cause the end of the world, and all of a sudden we see images of the world being blown up, and we see children hurt and bleeding, and we see parents crying over their children's lost lives. We see bodies, we see explosions, we see tanks, we see fire. We really are looking at hell when we think the thought Trump will cause the end of the world. Now, those images that are happening, they're so believable. We really, we're watching a movie and then we see images of a future and we see what we just saw of the past transformed like it's going to really happen in the future. And I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I have to live in right now because this is the only place that I can live. So I see those images transform from past to future, and I see that this happening like in our country and your country and all over the world. And as I watch this past future, we've all heard the expression, or most of us, life is just a dream. Well, that is life dreamed. And as we witness that life dreamed, that past future, those images, that is the cause of all of our fear, just as though we were sitting in a movie and watching something that we know we're going to walk out of and go back home and have dinner and go to bed. But as we watch that, it is terrifying. So is Trump frightening you, or is your imagination, your sleepwalking, the cause of your fear? Sleepwalking meaning that's asleepness to think it's real. So what is the cause of your suffering and your fear? Is it Trump? Or is it what you're thinking and believing in the moment you're frightened? Yes.
Yeah.
So we are the cause of our fear. And so let's look at them in those moments. And that would be any moment, even if there were war in the world. That is always going to be the cause of our suffering, what we are witnessing, past, future, in our heads now. So on the fourth question, who would you be without the thought Trump will cause the end of the war? Well, without that thought, those images aren't there.
No.
And here we are, the two of us talking, country to country, but really you're here right now, yet drinking your cup of tea.
Yeah.
And no bombs going off now. Not that there won't be, but right now, if I can't enjoy now, I can't enjoy Trump out of office or anyone in or out of office. I can't enjoy, I'm not dependent on this outside world for my terror or my peace. It's an internal world that we are dealing with at all times and so often asleep to. So then we turn it around. We find opposites. So Trump will cause the end of the world. Turned around, I will cause the end of the world. When? I'm doing it right now. When I believe he'll do it, I am literally showing myself in the moment. It's like I'm living in the end of the world, and there it is. But if we look at question 4 again, who would I be without it, without the thought, then I can enjoy the peace that we do have and nurture that and support that and do all that I can to support other people that are fearful. So Trump will cause the end of the world. And there's another opposite. Do you see it? Trump will cause the end of the world?
He won't. He won't cause the end of the world.
Yeah. So let's look at that. He won't cause the end of the world. He doesn't look that powerful to me if we look at it one way. Like if he said, Katie, kill me, Byron Katie, kill me, I will kill you if you don't drop the bomb. Well, no one can make me do that. People have to consent to that. So Donald Trump will cause the end of the world? No. People listening to Trump, and how closely am I listening? How am I already causing the end of my world through my imagining and not knowing the difference between reality and past and present?
Yeah.
So reality is always kinder than what we're believing. It always is. It's a gift. It's the gift of love, and it's always peaceful. It's the mind the ego, that identity trying to survive what can never survive. I mean, it's manufactured. I mean, if you look at an image of, did you have breakfast this morning?
Are you asking me?
Yes,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did.
Okay, so your proof is you just saw it in your mind's eye. You just saw you eating breakfast. Now, is that you? You see that you eating breakfast? Is that your imagination? Or is that really you? Are you here or there?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. So we see those images of did I eat breakfast? Yes. Where's my proof? That image in my head. But is that me? No, that is pure. That is not I. That is not I. And, I now is as close as I'm ever going to get to true identity as far as an ego. And we can lose identity. And that identity of breakfast is just a beginning of knowing how powerful we are to make change, and all change happens within. But how can we teach peace if we're frightened? We can't teach what we don't know. So I really love inviting your readers or your listeners and viewers to take responsibility for ending the war in their life, for ending the war in their imagination. And also invite everyone to thework.com, where how to do that is completely free, and it's no more than what you and I have just looked at. It's just 4 questions and finding opposites and just meditating on those questions and the stillness. And it's a practice. It's not a magic wand that's going to just, it's a practice. It's the process of waking up to reality. And it's very powerful, because what meets those questions is within you. And that is a beautiful, that's a beautiful service to oneself, as you're aware.
And to the world also.
And to the world, yes. If we're not fearful, the people around us are not only less fearful, they want to know what's going on, and then we can point them back to themselves, and then they'll take on the practice of peace, or they won't. And there are many practices to peace. There are many ways to peace.
So the best way to reach out and build a bridge between peace and fear, fearful people and peaceful people, it's, meeting them with peace and finding peace in yourself. And, the only way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I just don't know anything more powerful than that, sweetheart.
No.
Okay. Oh, it's so good seeing you again.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, that beautiful bright face of yours. Oh, happy holiday, precious.
Happy holiday. And thank you so much, Katie. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.